The Merry Wives of Windsor, William Shakespeare, Act 1, Scene I. Windsor. Before Page's house, enter Shallow, Slender, and Sir Hugh Evans. Shallow, Sir Hugh, persuade me not, I will make a star, chamber matter of it, if he were 20 Sir John, Falstaffs, he shall not abuse Robert Shallow, Esquire, Slender, in the county of Gloucester, Justice of Peace and Coram, Shallow, A, cousin Slender, and Castellarum, Slender, A, and Ratolorum too, and a gentleman born. Master Parson, who writes himself Armage Arrow, in any bill, warrant, quittance, or obligation, Armage Arrow, Shallow, A, that I do, and have done any time these 300 years, Slender, all his successors gone before him hath done it, and all his ancestors that come after him may, they may, give a dozen white Lucies in their coat. Shallow, it is an old coat, Sir Hugh Evans, the dozen white louses do become an old coat well. It agrees well, passant, it is a familiar beast to man, and signifies love. Shallow, the loose is the fresh fish, the salt fish is an old coat. Slender, I may quarter, cause, Shallow, you may, by marrying, Sir Hugh Evans, it is marring indeed, if he quarter it. Shallow, not a whit, Sir Hugh Evans, yes, pyre lady, if he has a quarter of your coat. There is but 3 skirts for yourself, in my simple conjectures, but that is all one. If Sir John Falstaff have committed disparagements unto you, I am of the church, and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you. Shallow, the council shall bear it, it is a riot, Sir Hugh Evans, it is not meet the council hear a riot, there is no fear of God in a riot. The council, look you, shall desire to hear the fear of God, and not to hear a riot. Take your visements in that. Shallow, ha. Oh my life, if I were young again, the sword should end it. Sir Hugh Evans, it is better that friends is the sword, and end it. And there is also another device in my brain, which, peradventure brings good discretions with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master Thomas Page, which is pretty virginity, Slender, Mistress Anne Page. She has brown hair, and speaks small like a woman. Sir Hugh Evans, it is that very person for all the old, as just as you will desire, and 700 pounds of moneys, and gold and silver, is her grandsire upon his deathbed got delivered to a joyful resurrections, give, when she is able to overtake 17 years old. It were a good motion if we leave up ribbles and parables, and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page. Slender, did her grandsire leave her 700 pound? Sir Hugh Evans, and her further is make her a pet a penny. Slender, I knows the young gentlewoman, she has good gifts. Sir Hugh Evans, 700 pounds and possibilities is good gifts. Shallow, well, let us see honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there? Sir Hugh Evans, shall I tell you a lie? I do despise a liar as I do despise one that is false, or as I despise one that is not true. The knight, Sir John, is there, and I beseech you, be ruled by your well-willers. I will, Pete the door for Master Page, knocks, what, ho? God bless your house here. Page, within, who's there? Enter Page, Sir Hugh Evans, here is God's blessing, and your friend, and justice, Shallow, and here young Master Slender, that, peradventures shall tell you another tale, if matters grow to your likings. Page, I am glad to see your worships well, I thank you for my venison, Master Shallow. Shallow, Master Page, I am glad to see you, much good do it, your good heart. I wished your venison better, it was ill-killed. How doth good Mistress Page ? And I, thank you always with my heart, with my heart. Page, sir, I thank you. Shallow, sir, I thank you, by yea and no, I do. Page, I am glad to see you, good Master Slender. Slender, how does your fallow greyhound, sir? I heard say he was outrun on Cotsall. Page, it could not be judged, sir. Slender, you'll not confess, Shallow, that he will not. 'Tis your fault, 'tis a good dog. Page, a cur, sir. Shallow, sir, He's a good dog, and a fair dog, can there be more said? He is good and fair. Is Sir John Falstaff here? Page, sir, he is within, and I could do a good office between you, Sir Hugh Evans. It is spoke as a Christians ought to speak, shallow. He hath wronged me, Master Page. Page, sir, he doth in some sort confess it, shallow. If it be confessed, it is not redressed, is not that so, Master Page? He hath wronged me, indeed he hath, at a word. He hath, believe me, Robert, Shallow, Esquire, saith, he is wronged. Page, here comes Sir John. Enter Falstaff, Bardolph, Nyme, and Pistol. Falstaff, now, Master Shallow, you'll complain of me to the king? Shallow, knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge. Falstaff, but not kissed your keeper's daughter? Shallow, tut, a pin. This shall be answered. Falstaff, I will answer it straight. I have done all this. That is now answered. Shallow, the council shall know this. Falstaff, 'twere better for you if it were known in council. You'll be laughed at, Sir Hugh Evans, porca verba. Sir John, good words. Falstaff, good words. Good cabbage. Slender, I broke your head. What matter have you against me? Slender, marry, sir, I have matter in my head against you, and against your coney-catching rascals, Bardolph, Nyme, and Pistol. Bardolph, you Banbury cheese. Slender, it is no matter. Pistol, how now, Mephistopheles. Slender, it is no matter. Nyme, slice, I say. Porker, slice. That's my humor. Slender, where's Simple, my man? Can you tell, cousin? Sir Hugh Evans, peace, I pray you. Now let us understand. There is 3 umpires in this matter, as I understand, that is, Master Page, fidelicet Master Page, and there is myself, fidelicet myself, and the 3 parties. Lastly and finally, mine host of the Garter. Page, we 3, to hear it and end it between them. Sir Hugh Evans, very good, I will make a brief of it in my note book, and we will afterwards walk upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can. Falstaff, Pistol, he hears with us, Sir Hugh Evans, the devil and his tam. What phrase is this, he hears with her? Why, it is affectations. Falstaff, Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse? Slender, by these gloves, did he, or I might never come in mine own great chamber again else, of 7 groats in mill 6pences, and 2 Edward shovel boards, that cost me 2 shilling and 2 pence a piece of ye Ed Miller, by these gloves. Falstaff, is this true? Pistol, Sir Hugh Evans, no, it is false, if it is a pick purse. Pistol, ha, thou mountain foreigner. Sir John and master mine, I combat challenge of this Latin bilbo. Word of denial in thy labres here, word of denial, froth and scum, thou list. Slender, by these gloves, then, 'twas he. Nyme, be avised, sir, and pass good humours, I will say. Marry trap with you, if you run the nuttocks. Humour on me, that is the very note of it. Slender, by this hat, then, he and the red face had it, for, though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an ass. Falstaff, what say you, Scarlet and John? Bardolph, why, sir, for my part one say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 sentences. Sir Hugh Evans, it is his 5 senses, fie, what the ignorance is. Bardolph, and being fap, sir, was, as they say, cashiered, and, so conclusions past the care I heirs. Slender, you spake in Latin then too, but 'tis no matter, I'll ne'er be drunk whilst I live again. But in honest, civil, godly company, for this trick. If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God, and not with drunken knaves. Sir Hugh Evans, so God judge me, that is a virtuous mind. Falstaff, you hear all these matters denied, gentlemen, you hear it. Enter Anne Page, with wine, Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, following. Page, nay, daughter, carry the wine in, we'll drink within. Exit Anne Page. Slender, oh heaven! This is Mistress Anne Page. Page. How now, Mistress Ford? Falstaff. Mistress Ford, by my troth, you are very well met. By your leave, good mistress. Kisses her. Page. Wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, gentlemen, I hope we shall drink down all unkindness. Exeunt all except Shallow, Slender, and Sir Hugh Evans. Slender. I had rather than 40 shillings. I had my book of songs and sonnets here. Enter Simple. How now, Simple? Where have you been? I must wait on myself, must I? You have not the book of riddles about you, have you? Simple. Book of riddles. Why did you not lend it to Alice? Shortcake upon all Halomas last a fortnight, afore Michaelmas. Shallow. Come, cos, we stay for you. A word with you, cos, marry, this, cos, there is, as 'twere, a tender, a kind of tender, made afar off by Sir Hugh, here. Do you understand me? Slender. Sir, you shall find me reasonable, if it be so. I shall do that. That is reason. Shallow. Nay, but understand me, Slender. So I do, sir. Sir Hugh Evans, give ear to his motions. Master Slender, I will description the matter to you, if you be capacity of it. Slender. Nay, I will do as my cousin Shallow says. I pray you, pardon me, he's a justice of peace in his country. Simple though I stand here, Sir Hugh Evans, but that is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage. Shallow. There's the point, sir. Sir Hugh Evans. Marry, is it? The very point of it, to Mistress Anne Page. Slender. Why, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demands. Sir Hugh Evans. But can you affection the man? Let us command to know that of your mouth or of your lips, for divers philosophers hold that the lips is parcel of their mouth. Therefore, precisely, can you carry your goodwill to the maid? Shallow. Cousin Abraham. Slender. Can you love her? Slender. I hope, sir, I will do as it shall become one that would do reason. Sir Hugh Evans. Nay, God's lords and his ladies. You must speak, positable, if you can carry her your desires towards her. Shallow. That you must. Will you, upon good dowry, marry her? Slender. I will do a greater thing than that, upon your request, cousin, in any reason. Shallow. Nay, conceive me, sweet cos. What I do is to pleasure you, cos. Can you love the maid? Slender. I will marry her, sir, at your request, but if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease it upon better acquaintance, when we are married and have more occasion to know one another. I hope, upon familiarity will grow more contempt. But if you say, marry her, I will marry her, that I am freely dissolved, and dissolutely. Sir Hugh Evans. It is a very discretion answer, save the fall is in, the ought dissolutely, the ought is, according to our meaning, resolutely. His meaning is good. Shallow. I think my cousin meant well. Slender. Or else I might be hanged. La. Shallow. Here comes fair Mistress Anne. Re-enter Anne Page. Would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne. Anne Page. The dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship's company. Shallow. I will wait on him, fair Mistress Anne. Sir Hugh Evans. Ad's blessed will. I will not be absent at the grace. Exeunt Shallow and Sir Hugh Evans. Anne Page. Will't please your worship to come in, sir? Slender. No, I thank you, forsooth, heartily, I am very well. Anne Page. The dinner attends you, sir. Slender. I am not hungry, I thank you, forsooth. Go, sirrah, for all you are my man, go wait upon my cousin Shallow. Exit Simple. A justice of peace sometimes may be beholding to his friend for a man. I keep but 3 men and a boy, yet, till my mother be dead, but what though? Yet I live like a poor gentleman born. Anne Page. I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come. Slender. I faith, I'll eat nothing. I thank you as much as though I did. Anne Page. I pray you, sir, walk in. Slender. I had rather walk here, I thank you. I bruised my shin other day with playing at sword and dagger with a master of fence. 3 guineas for a dish of stewed prunes, and, by my troth, I cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. Why do your dogs bark so? Be the bears I the town? And page, I think there are, sir, I heard them talked of. Slender, I love the sport well, but I shall as soon quarrel at it as any man in England. You are afraid, if you see the bear loose, are you not? And page, indeed, sir. Slender, that's meat and drink to me. Now, I have seen Sackerson loose 20 times, and have taken him by the chain, but, I warrant you, the women have so cried and shrieked at it, that it passed, but women, indeed, cannot abide them, they are very ill-favoured, rough things. Re-enter page. Page, come, gentle Master Slender, come, we stay for you. Slender, I'll eat nothing, I thank you, sir. Page, by cock and pie, you shall not choose, sir. Come, come, Slender, nay, pray you, lead the way. Page, come on, sir. Slender, Mistress Anne, yourself shall go first. Anne Page, not I, sir, pray you, keep on. Slender, I'll rather be unmannerly than troublesome, you do yourself wrong, indeed. La, exeunt. Scene 2. The same. Enter Sir Hugh Evans and Simple. Sir Hugh Evans, go your ways, and ask of Dr. Key's house which is the way, and the dwells one mistress quickly. Which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry, his washer, and his ringer. Simple, well, sir, Sir Hugh Evans, nay, it is better yet. Give her this letter, for it is a man that altogether's acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page, and the letter is, to desire, and require her to solicit your master's desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you, be gone, I will make an end of my dinner, there's pippins and cheese to come. Exeunt. Scene 3. A room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff, host, Bardolph, Nyme, Pistol, and Robin. Falstaff, mine host of the Garter, host, what says my bully rook? Speaks scholarly and wisely. Falstaff, truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers. Host, discard, bully Hercules, cashier, let them wag, trot, trot. Falstaff, I sit at £10 a week. Host, who write an emperor, Caesar, Caesar, and Caesar. I will entertain Bardolph, he shall draw, he shall tap, said I. Well, bully Hector? Falstaff, do so, good mine host. Host, I have spoke, let him follow. To Bardolph, let me see thee froth and lime, I am at a word, follow. Exit. Falstaff, Bardolph, follow him. A tapster is a good trade. An old cloak makes a new jerkin, a withered serving man a fresh tapster. Go, adieu, Bardolph, it is a life that I have desired, I will thrive. Pistol, O base Hungarian wight, wilt thou the spigot wield? Exit Bardolph. Nyme, he was gotten in drink, is not the humour conceited? Falstaff, I am glad I am so acquit of this tinderbox, his thefts were too open, his filching was like an unskilful singer, he kept not time. Nyme, the good humour is to steal at a minute's rest. Pistol, convey, the wise it call, steal. For a figo, for the phrase. Falstaff, well, sirs, I am almost out at heels. Pistol, why, then, let gibes ensue. Falstaff, there is no remedy, I must coney catch, I must shift. Pistol, young ravens must have food. Falstaff, which of you know ford of this town? Pistol, I ken the white, he is of substance good. Falstaff, my honest lads, I will tell you what I am about. Pistol, 2 yards, and more. Falstaff, no quips now. Pistol, indeed, I am in the waist 2 yards about, but I am now about no waist, I am about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife, I spy entertainment in her, she discourses, she carves, she gives the leer of invitation, I can construe the action of her familiar style, and the hardest voice of her behaviour, to be Englished rightly, is, I am Sir John Falstaff's. Pistol, he hath studied her will, and translated her will out of honesty into English. Nyme, the anchor is deep, will that humour pass? Falstaff, now, The report goes she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legion of angels, pistol, as many devils entertain, and to her, boy, say I, 9, the humor rises, it is good. Humor me the angels, Falstaff. I have writ me here a letter to her, and here, another to Page's wife, who even now gave me good eyes too, examined my parts with most judicious eyelids. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly, pistol. Then did the sun on dunghill shine. 9. I thank thee for that humor, Falstaff. Oh, she did so course all my exteriors with such a greedy intention, that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. Here's another letter to her. She bears the purse too. She is a region in Guiana, all gold and bounty. I will be cheater to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies, and I will trade to them both. Go bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this to Mistress Ford. We will thrive, lads, we will thrive. Pistol, shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel? Then, Lucifer take all. 9. I will run no base humor. Here, take their humor letter. I will keep the Javier of reputation. Falstaff, to Robin, hold, sirrah, bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my pinnace to these golden shores, rogues, hence, avaunt. Vanish like hailstones, go. Trudge, plod away o the hoof, seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the humor of the age. French thrift, you rogues, myself and skirted Page, exeunt Falstaff and Robin, pistol, let vultures gripe thy guts. For good and full holds, and high and low beguiles the rich and poor. Tester I'll have in pouch when thou shalt lack. Base fridge and Turk. 9. I have operations which be humours of revenge. Pistol, wilt thou revenge? 9. By Welkin and her star. Pistol, with wit or steel? 9. With both the humours. I will discuss the humour of this love to Page. Pistol, and I to Ford shall leak unfold. How Falstaff, violet vile, his dove will prove, his girl will hold, and his soft couch defile. 9. My humour shall not cool. I will incense Page to deal with poison. I will possess him with yellowness, for the revolt of mine is dangerous. That is my true humour. Pistol, thou art the Mars of malcontents. I second thee. Troop on. Exeunt. Scene 4. A room in Dr. Key's house. Enter Mistress Quickly, Simple, and Rugby. Mistress Quickly. What, John Rugby? I pray thee, go to the casement, and see if you can see my master, Master Dr. Key's, coming. If he do, I faith, and find any body in the house, here will be an old abusing of God's patience and the King's English. Rugby, I'll go watch. Mistress Quickly, go, and we'll have a posset fought soon at night, in faith, at the latter end of a sea coal fire. Exit Rugby, an honest, willing, kind fellow, as ever servant, shall come in house with all, and, I warrant you, no telltale nor no breed bait. His worst fault is that he is given to prayer. He is something peevish, that way, but nobody but has his fault, but let that pass. Peter Simple, you say your name is Simple, for fault of a better, Mistress Quickly, and Master Slender's your master? Simple, forsooth, Mistress Quickly, does he not wear a great round beard, like a glover's paring knife? Simple, no, forsooth. He hath but a little wee face, with a little yellow beard, a cane-coloured beard. Mistress Quickly, a softly sprited man, is he not? Simple, forsooth, but he is as tall a man of his hands, as any is between this and his head. He hath fought with a whiner. Mistress Quickly, how say you? Oh, I should remember him. Does he not hold up his head, as it were, and strut in his gait? Simple, yes, indeed. Does he? Mistress Quickly, well, heaven send Anne Page no worse fortune. Tell Master Parson Evans I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, and I wish. Re-ent Rugby, out, alas. Here comes my master. Mistress Quickly, we shall all be shent. Run in here, good young man. Go into this closet, he will not stay long. Shuts Simple in the closet. What, John Rugby? John. What, John, I say, go, John, go inquire for my master. I doubt, he be not well, that he comes not home, singing, and down, a down nay, and see, and to Dr. Keyes. Dr. Keyes, that is you sing? I do not like des toys. Pray you, go and fetch me in my closet unboity avert, a box. A green a box, do intend that I speak? A green a box, mistress quickly, forsooth, I'll fetch it you, aside. I am glad he went not in himself. If he had found the young man, he would have been horn mad. Dr. Keyes, fay. Marfoy, il fait fort chord. Je, m'veis a lac or la grande affaire, mistress quickly, is it this, sir? Dr. Keyes, uit met la omen pocket, de peck, quickly. Via. Is dat knave Rugby? Mistress quickly, what, John Rugby? John, Rugby, here, sir. Dr. Keyes, you are John Rugby, and you are Jack Rugby. Come. Take your rapier, and come after my heel to the court, Rugby. 'Tis ready, sir, here in the porch. Dr. Keyes, by my trot, I tarry too long. Ad's me, quite jubbly. There are some simples in my closet. Dat I will not for the world I shall leave behind, mistress quickly, me. He'll find the young man here, and be mad. Dr. Keyes, oh diable, that is in my closet? Villain. Laren, pulling simple out, Rugby, my rapier, mistress quickly, good master, be content. Dr. Keyes, wherefore shall I be content, mistress quickly, the young man is an honest man. Dr. Keyes, what should an honest man do in my closet? There is no honest man that shall come in my closet, mistress quickly, I beseech you, be not so phlegmatic. Hear the truth of it. He came of an errand to me from Parson Hugh. Dr. Keyes, well, simple, forsooth, to desire her to, mistress quickly, peace, I pray you. Dr. Keyes, peace your tongue. Speak your tale, simple, to desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to mistress and page for my master in the way of marriage, mistress quickly, this is all, indeed, la. But I'll ne'er put my finger in a fire, and need not. Dr. Keyes, Sir Hugh send you? Rugby, bail me some paper. Tarry you a little a while, writes, mistress quickly, aside to simple, I am glad he is so quiet. If he had been thoroughly moved, you should have heard him, so loud and so melancholy. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do your master what good I can, and the very yea and the no is, the French doctor, my master, I may call him my master, look you, for I keep his house, and I wash, wring, brew, bake, scour, dress meat and drink, make the beds and do all myself, simple, aside to mistress quickly, 'tis a great charge to come under one body's hand, mistress quickly, aside to simple, are you avised o' that? You shall find it a great charge, and to be up early, and down late, but notwithstanding, to tell you in your ear, I would have no words of it, my master himself is in love with mistress and page, but, notwithstanding that, I know Anne's mind, that's neither here nor there. Dr. Keyes, you jacknape, give this letter to Sir Hugh, by gar, it is a challenge, I will cut his throat in D. Park, and I will teach a scurvy jackanape priest to meddle or make. You may be gone, it is not good, you tarry here. By gar, I will cut all his 2 stones, by gar, he shall not have a stone to throw at his dog. Exit simple, mistress quickly, alas, he speaks but for his friend. Dr. Keyes, it is no matter aver dat, do not you tell Amy, dat I shall have an page for myself? By gar, I will kill the jack priest, and I have appointed mine host of de jartier to measure our weapon. By gar, I will myself have an page, mistress quickly, sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well. We must give folks leave to prate, what, the good Dr. Keyes, Rugby, come to the court with me. By gar, if I have not an page, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow my heels, Rugby, and Dr. Keyes and Rugby, mistress quickly, you shall have an fool's head of your own. No, I know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I do with her. I thank heaven. Fenton, within. Who is within there? Ho, mistress, quickly. Who's there, I trow? Come near the house, I pray you. Enter Fenton. Fenton, how now, good woman? How dost thou, mistress, quickly? The better that it pleases your good worship to ask. Fenton, what news? How does pretty Mistress Anne? Mistress, quickly. In truth, sir, and she is pretty, and honest, and gentle, and one that is your friend, I can tell you. That by the way, I praise heaven for it. Fenton, shall I do any good, thinkest thou? Shall I not lose my suit? Mistress, quickly. Troth, sir, all is in his hands above, but, notwithstanding, Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book, she loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye? Fenton, yes, marry, have I. What of that? Mistress, quickly. Well, thereby hangs a tale. Good faith, it is such. Another Nan, but I detest an honest maid as ever broke bread. We had an hour's talk of that wart. I shall never laugh but in that maid's company. But indeed she is given too much to Alicoli and musing. But for you, well, go to Fenton. Well, I shall see her today. Hold, there's money for thee. Let me have thy voice in my behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me. Mistress, quickly. Will I? I'faith, that we will, and I will tell your worship more of the wart the next time we have confidence, and of other wooers. Fenton, well, farewell, I am in great haste now. Mistress, quickly. Farewell to your worship. Exit Fenton, truly, an honest gentleman. But Anne loves him not. For I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Out, upward. What have I forgot? Exit. Act 2, Scene I. Before Page's house, enter Mistress Page, with a letter. Mistress Page, what, have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty, and am I now a subject for them? Let me see. Reads, ask me no reason why I love you, for though love you's reason for his physician, he admits him, not for his counselor. You are not young, no more am I. Go to then, there's sympathy. You are merry. So am I. Ha, ha. Then there's more sympathy. You, love sack, and so do I. Would you desire better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page, at the least, if the love of soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say, pity me. 'Tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say, love me. By me, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light, with all his might, for thee to fight. John Falstaff. What a Herod of Jewry is this! O wicked world! One that is well nigh worn to pieces with age to show himself a young gallant. What an unweighed behaviour hath this Flemish drunkard, picked with the devil's name out of my conversation, that he dares in this manner assay me? Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? I was then frugal of my mirth, heaven forgive me. Why, I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings. Enter Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford. Mistress Page. Trust me, I was going to your house, Mistress Page, and, trust me, I was coming to you. You look very ill, Mistress Ford. Nay, I'll ne'er believe that. I have to show to the contrary, Mistress Page. Faith, but you do, in my mind, Mistress Ford. Well, I do then, yet I say I could show you to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel. Mistress Page. What's the matter, woman? Mistress Ford. Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor. Mistress Page. Hang the trifle, woman. Take the honor. What is it? Dispense with trifles. What is it, Mistress Ford? If I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted. Mistress Page. What? Thou list. Sir Alice Ford. These knights will hack, and so thou shouldst not alter their article of thy gentry. Mistress Ford. We burn daylight. Here, read, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worse of fat men, as long as I have an eye to make difference of men's liking, and yet he would not swear, praised women's modesty, and gave such orderly and well-behaved reproof to all uncomeliness, that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words, but they do no more adhere, and keep place together than the 100th Psalm to the tune of green sleeves. What tempest, I trow, through this whale, with so many tons of oil in his belly, ashore at Windsor? How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope, till the wicked fire of lust have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like, Mistress Page, letter for letter, but that the name of Page and Ford differs? To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother of thy letter, but let thine inherit first, for I protest, mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters, writ with blank space for different names sure, more comma, and these are of their second edition. He will print them, out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts into the press, when he would put us to. I had rather be a giantess, and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man, Mistress Ford. Why, this is the very same, the very hand, the very words. What doth he think of us, Mistress Page? Nay, I know not, it makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. I'll entertain myself like one that I am not acquainted with all. For, sure, unless he knows some strain in me, that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury. Mistress Ford, boarding, call you it? I'll be sure to keep him above deck, Mistress Page, so will I if he come under my hatches, I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him, let's appoint him a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit and lead him on with a fine baited delay, till he hath pawned his horses to mine host of the Garter, Mistress Ford. Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him that may not sully the chariness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter! It would give eternal food to his jealousy, Mistress Page. Why, look where he comes, and my good man too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and that I hope is an unmeasurable distance. Mistress Ford, you are the happier woman. Mistress Page, let's consult together against this greasy knight. Come hither. They retire. Enter Ford with pistol, and Page with nine. Ford, well, I hope it be not so. Pistol, hope is a curtal dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife. Ford, why, sir, my wife is not young. Pistol, he woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old, one with another. Ford, he loves the gallimaufry. Ford, Pupand, Ford, love my wife. Pistol, with liver burning hot. Prevent, or go thou, like Sir Actaeon he, with Ringwood at thy heels. Oh, odious is the name. Ford, what name, sir? Pistol, the horn, I say. Farewell, take heed, have open eye, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, ere summer comes or cuckoo birds do sing. Away, Sir Corporal Nime, believe it. Page, he speaks sense. Exit. Ford, aside, I will be patient, I will find out this. Nime, to Page, and this is true, I like not that humour of lying. He hath wronged me in some humours. I should have borne the humoured letter to her, but I have a sword and it shall bite upon my necessity. He loves your wife, there's the short and the long. My name is Corporal Nime, I speak and I avouch, 'tis true. My name is Nime and Falstaff loves your wife. Adieu. I love not the humour of bread and cheese, and there's the humour of it. Adieu. Exit. Page. The humour of it, quoth A. Here's a fellow, frights English out of his wits. Ford, I will seek out Falstaff. Page, I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue. Ford, if I do find it, well. Page, I will not believe such a cotton, though the priest, the town commended him for a true man. Ford, 'twas a good sensible fellow. Well. Page, how now, Meg? Mistress Page and Mistress Ford come forward. Mistress Page, whither go you, George? Hark you, Mistress Ford, how now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy? Ford, I'm melancholy. I am not melancholy. Get you home, go, Mistress Ford. Faith, thou hast some crotchets in thy head. Now, will you go, Mistress Page? Mistress Page, have with you. You'll come to dinner, George. Aside to Mistress Ford, look who comes yonder, she shall be our messenger, to this paltry night. Mistress Ford, aside to Mistress Page, trust me, I thought on her. She'll fit it. Enter Mistress quickly. Mistress Page. You are come to see my daughter Anne? Mistress quickly. Forsooth, and, I pray, how does good Mistress Anne? Mistress Page, go in with us and see, we have an hour's talk with you. Exeunt Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Mistress Quickly. Page, how now, Master Ford? Ford, you heard what this knave told me, did you not? Page, yes, and you heard what the other told me? Ford, do you think there is truth in them? Page, hang 'em, slaves. I do not think the knight would offer it, but these that accuse him in his intent towards our wives are a yoke of his discarded men. Very rogues, now they be out of service. Ford, were they his men? Page, marry, were they? Ford, I like it never the better for that. Does he lie at the Garter? Page, marry, does he? If he should intend this voyage towards my wife, I would turn her loose to him, and, what he gets more of her than sharp words, let it lie on my head. Ford, I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied. Page, look where my ranting host of the Garter comes. There is either liquor in his pate or money in his purse when he looks so merrily. And to host, how now, mine host, how now, bully rook. Thou right a gentleman, cavalier a justice, I say, enter shallow, I follow, mine host, I follow. Good even and 20, good Master Page. Master Page, will you go with us? We have sport in hand. Host, tell him, cavalier a justice, tell him. Bully rook, shallow, sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh, the Welsh priest, and Keys the French doctor. Ford, good mine host ho the Garter, a word with you, drawing him aside. Host, what sayest thou, my bully rook, shallow, to Page, will you go with us to behold it? My merry host hath had the measuring of their weapons, and, I think, hath appointed them contrary places. For, believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport shall be. They converse apart. Host, hast thou no suit against my knight, my guest cavalier? Ford, none, I protest, but I'll give you a pottle of burnt sack to give me recourse to him and tell him, my name is Brooke, only for a jest. Host, my hand, bully, thou shalt have egress and regress. Said I well ? And thy name shall be Brooke. It is a merry night. Will you go, and heirs, shallow, have with you, mine host? Page, I have heard the Frenchman hath good skill in his rapier, shallow. Tut, sir, I could have told you more. In these times, you stand on distance, your passes, stockados, and, I know not what, 'tis the heart, Master Page, 'tis here, 'tis here. I have seen the time, with my long sword I would have made you four tall fellows skip like rats. Host, here, boys, here. Shall we wag? Page, have with you. I would rather hear them scold than fight. Exeunt host, shallow, and Page. Ford, though Page be a secure fool, and stands so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there, I know not. Well, I will look further into't, and I have a disguise, to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labor. If she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed. Exit, Scene 2. A room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff and Pistol. Falstaff, I will not lend thee a penny. Pistol, why, then the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open. Falstaff, not a penny. I have been content, sir, you should lay my countenance to pawn. I have grated upon my good friends for 3 reprieves for you and your coach fellow 9, or else you had looked through the grate, like a Gemini of baboons. I am damned in hell for swearing to gentlemen my friends, you were good soldiers and tall fellows, and when Mistress Bridget lost the handle of her fan, I took upon mine honor thou hadst it not. Pistol. Didst not thou share? Hadst thou not 15 pence? Falstaff. Reason, you rogue, reason, thinkest thou I'll endanger my soul gratis? At a word, hang no more about me, I am no gibbet for you. Go. A short knife, and a throng. To your manor of picked hatch. Go. You'll not bear a letter for me, you rogue. You, stand upon your honor. Why, thou unconfinable baseness, it is as much as I can do to keep their terms of my honor precise. I myself, sometimes, leaving the fear of God on the left hand, and hiding mine honor in my necessity, am faint to shuffle, to hedge and to lurch, and yet you, rogue, will ensconce your rags, your catamountain looks, your red lattice phrases, and your bold beating oaths, under the shelter of your honor. You will not do it, you pistol. I do relent. What would thou more of man? Enter Robin. Robin, sir, here's a woman would speak with you. Falstaff, let her approach. Enter mistress quickly. Mistress quickly. Give your worship good morrow. Falstaff, good morrow, good wife. Mistress quickly. Not so, and please your worship. Falstaff, good maid, then. Mistress quickly. I'll be sworn, as my mother was, the first hour I was born. Falstaff, I do believe the swearer. What with me, mistress quickly, shall I vouchsafe your worship a word or two? Falstaff, 2000, fair woman, and I'll vouchsafe thee the hearing. Mistress quickly, there is one Mistress Ford, Sir I pray, come a little nearer this ways I myself dwell with Master Dr. Keyes, Falstaff, well, on, Mistress Ford, you say, Mistress quickly, your worship says very true, I pray your worship, come a little nearer this ways. Falstaff, I warrant thee, nobody hears, mine own people, Mistress quickly, are they so? God bless them and make them his servants. Falstaff, well, Mistress Ford, what of her? Mistress quickly, why, sir, she's a good creature. Lord, your worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray. Falstaff, Mistress Ford, come, Mistress Ford, Mistress quickly, marry, this is the short and the long of it, you have brought her into such a canaries as 'tis wonderful. The best courtier of them all, when their court lay at Windsor, could never have brought her to such a canary. Yet there has been knights, and lords, and gentlemen, with their coaches, I warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk, and so rustling, I warrant you, in silk and gold, and in such elegant terms, and in such wine and sugar of the best and the fairest, that would have won any woman's heart, and, I warrant you, they could never get an eye wink of her. I had myself 20 angels given me this morning, but I defy all angels, in any such sort, as they say, but in the way of honesty, and, I warrant you, they could never get her so much as sip on a cup with the proudest of them all, and yet there has been earls, nay, which is more, pensioners, but, I warrant you, all is one with her. Falstaff. But what says she to me? Be brief, my good. She Mercury, mistress quickly, marry, she hath received your letter, for the which she thanks you 1,000 times, and she gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from his house between 10 and 11. Falstaff. 10 and 11? Mistress quickly, forsooth, and then you may come and see the picture, she says, that you wot of, Master Ford. Her husband will be from home. Alas! The sweet woman leads an ill life with him, he's a very jealousy man, she leads a very frampled life with him, good heart. Falstaff. 10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her, I will not fail her. Mistress quickly, why, you say well. But I have another messenger to your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you too, and let me tell you in your ear, she's as virtuous a civil modest wife, and, one, I tell you, that will not miss you morning nor evening prayer, as any is in Windsor, be the other, and she bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time. I never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely I think you have charms. La, yes, in truth, Falstaff, not I assure thee, setting the attractions of my good parts aside, I have no other charms. Mistress quickly, blessing on your heart fort, Falstaff, but, I pray thee, tell me this, has Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me? Mistress quickly, that were a jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope, that were a trick indeed. But, Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page, of all loves, her husband has a marvelous infection to the little page, and truly, Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she list, rise when she list, all is as she will, and truly she deserves it, for if there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. You must send her your page, no remedy, Falstaff. Why, I will, mistress quickly, nay, but do so, then, and, look you, he may come and go between you both, and in any case have a nay word, that you may know one another's mind, and the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good that children should know any wickedness. Old folks, you know, have discretion, as they say, and know the world. Falstaff, fare thee well, commend me to them both. As my purse, I am yet thy debtor. Boy, go along with this woman, exeunt Mistress Quickly and Robin. This news distracts me. Pistol, this punk is one of Cupid's carriers. Clap on more sails, pursue, up with your fights. Give fire, she is my prize, or ocean whelm them all. Exit, Falstaff, sayest thou so, old Jack? Go thy ways, I'll make more of thy old body than I have done. Will they yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the expense of so much money, be now a gainer? Good body, I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done, so it be, fairly done, no matter. Enter Bardolph. Bardolph, Sir John, there's one Master Brooke below would fain speak with you, and be acquainted with you, and hath sent your worship a morning's draught of sack. Falstaff, Brooke is his name? Bardolph, sir, Falstaff, call him in. Exit Bardolph. Such brooks are welcome to me, that o'er flow such liquor. Ah, ha. Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, have I encompassed you? Go to, via, re-enter Bardolph, with Ford disguised. Ford, bless you, sir. Falstaff, and you, sir. Would you speak with me? Ford, I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you. Falstaff, you're welcome. What's your will? Give us leave, draw. Exit Bardolph. Ford, sir, I am a gentleman that have spent much. My name is Brooke. Falstaff, good Master Brooke, I desire more acquaintance of you. Ford, good Sir John, I sue for yours, not to charge you. For I must let you understand I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion, for they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open. Falstaff, money is a good soldier, sir, and will on. Ford, troth, and I have a bag of money here troubles me. If you will help to bear it, Sir John, take all, or half, for easing me of the carriage. Falstaff, sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter. Ford, I will tell you, sir, if you will give me the hearing. Falstaff, speak, good Master Brooke, I shall be glad to be your servant. Ford, sir, I hear you are a scholar, I will be brief with you, and you have been a man long known to me, though I had never so good means as desire to make myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing to you, wherein I must very much lay open mine own imperfection, but, good Sir John, as you have one eye upon my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn another into the register of your own, that I may pass with a reproof the easier. Scythe, you yourself know how easy it is to be such an offender. Falstaff, very well, Sir, proceed, Ford. There is a gentlewoman in this town, her husband's name is Ford, Falstaff. Well, sir, Ford, I have long loved her, and, I protest to you, bestowed much on her, followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every slight occasion that could but niggardly give me sight of her, not only bought many presents to give her, but have given largely to many to know what she would have given. Briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me, which hath been on their wing of all occasions. But whatsoever I have merited, either in my mind or in my meed, I am sure I have received none, unless experience be a jewel that I have purchased at an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this: love like a shadow flies when substance love pursues. Pursuing that flies, and flying what pursues. Falstaff, have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands? Ford, never. Falstaff, have you importuned her to such a purpose? Ford, never. Falstaff, of what quality was your love, then? Ford, like a fair house built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it. Falstaff, to what purpose have you unfolded this to me? Ford, when I have told you that, I have told you all. Some say that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth her mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made of her. Now, Sir John, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse, of great admittance, authentic in your place and person, generally allowed for your many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations. Falstaff, oh, Sir Ford, believe it, for you know it. There is money, spend it, spend more, spend all I have, only give me so much of your time in exchange of it, as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing, win her to consent to you, if any man may, you may as soon as any. Falstaff, would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection, that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribe to yourself very preposterously. Ford, oh, understand my drift. She dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor, that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. Now, could I come to her, with any detection in my hand, my desires had instance and argument to commend themselves, I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other her defenses, which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say you, Sir John? Falstaff, Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money, next, give me your hand, and last, as I am a gentleman, you shall, if you will, enjoy Ford's wife. Ford, oh good sir. Falstaff, I say you shall. Ford, want no money. Sir John, you shall want none. Falstaff, want no mistress. Ford, Master Brooke, you shall want none. I shall be with her, I may tell you, by her own appointment, even as you came into me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11, for at that time the jealous rascally knave her husband will be forth. Come you to me at night, you shall know how I speed. Ford, I'm blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know Ford, sir? Falstaff, hang him, poor cuckoldly knave. I know him not, yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say the jealous wittily knave hath masses of money, for there, which his wife seems to me well favoured. I will use her as the key of the cuckoldly rogue's coffer. And there's my harvest home. Ford, I would you knew Ford, sir, that you might avoid him, if you saw him. Falstaff, hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue. I will stare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor o'er their cuckold's horns. Master Brooke, thou shalt know I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night. Ford's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, shalt know him for knave and cuckold. Come to me soon at night. Exit. Ford, what a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him, there, hour is fixed, the match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawn at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms. Names. Amazement sounds, well, Lucifer, well, Barbazon, well, yet they are devil's additions, the names of fiends, but cuckold. Whittle exclamation mark cuckold. The devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass, he will trust his wife, he will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh, the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my aquavitae bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling, gelding, than my wife with herself. Then she plots, then she ruminates, then she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may effect, they will break their hearts but they will effect. God be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock the hour, I will prevent this, detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Fie, fie, fie. Cuckold, cuckold, cuckold. Exit, Scene 3. A field near Windsor. Enter Dr. Keyes and Rugby. Dr. Keyes, Jack Rugby, Rugby, sir? Dr. Keyes, that is the clock, Jack. Rugby, 'tis past the hour, sir, that Sir Hugh promised to meet. Dr. Keyes, by gar, he has saved his soul, dat he is no come, he has pray his pibble well, dat he is no come, by gar. Jack Rugby, he is dead already, if he be come. Rugby, he is wise, sir, he knew your worship would kill him, if he came. Dr. Keyes, by gar, the herring is no dead so as I will kill him. Take your rapier, Jack, I will tell you how I will kill him. Rugby, alas, sir, I cannot fence. Dr. Keyes, villainy, take your rapier. Rugby, forbear, here's company. Enter host, Shallow, Slender, and Page. Host, bless thee, bully Doctor, Shallow, save you, Master Dr. Keyes. Page, now, good Master Doctor, Slender, give you good morrow, sir. Dr. Keyes, that be all you. 1, 2, 3, 4, come for, host, to see thee fight, to see thee foin, to see thee traverse, to see thee here, to see thee there, to see thee pass thy punto, thy stock, thy reverse, thy distance, thy montant. Is he dead, my Ethiopian? Is he dead, my Francisco? Ha, bully. What says my Aesculapius? My Galen? My heart of elder? Ha. Is he dead, bully stale? Is he dead? Dr. Keyes, by gar, he is the coward Jack Priest of Devald, he is not show his face. Host, thou art the Castilian king urinal. Hector of Greece, my boy. Dr. Keyes, I pray you, bear witness that me have stay 6 or 7, 2, 3 hours for him, and he is no come. Shallow, he is the wiser man, Master Doctor, he is a curer of souls, and you a curer of bodies. If you should fight, you go against the hair of your professions. Is it not true, Master Page? Page, Master Shallow, you have yourself been a great fighter, though now a man of peace. Shallow, bodykins, Master Page, though I now be old and of the peace, if I see a sword out, my finger itches to make one. Though we are justices and doctors and churchmen, Master Page, we have some salt of our youth in us, we are the sons of women, Master Page. Page, 'tis true, Master Shallow, Shallow, it will be found so, Master Page. Master Dr. Keyes, I am come to fetch you home. I am sworn of the peace, you have showed yourself a wise physician, and Sir Hugh hath shown himself a wise and patient churchman. You must go with me, Master Doctor, host, pardon, guest justice. A word, Mounser Mockwater. Dr. Keyes, Mockvater. That is dat, host, Mockwater, in our English tongue, is valor, bully. Dr. Keyes, by gar, den, I have as much Mockvater as the Englishman. scurvy jackdog priest. By gar, me, will cut his ears, host, he will clap a claw thee tightly, bully. Dr. Keys, clap at a claw. That is dat, host, that is, he will make the amends. Dr. Keys, by gar, me do look he shall clap at a claw me. For, by gar, me will have it, host, and I will provoke him tot, or let him wag. Dr. Keys, me thank you for dat, host, and, moreover, bully but first, master guest, and, master page, and cavaliero slender, go you, through the town to Frogmore, aside to them. Page, Sir Hugh is there, is he? Host, he is there, see what humour he is in, and I will bring the doctor about by the fields. Will it do well, Shallow? We will do it. Page Shallow Slender, adieu, good master doctor, Exeunt Page, Shallow, and Slender. Dr. Keys, by gar, me will kill the priest, for he speak for a jackanapes and Page, host, let him die, sheathe thy impatience, throw cold water on thy collar, go about the fields with me, through Frogmore, I will bring thee where mistress, and Page is, at a farmhouse a feasting, and thou shalt woo her. Cried I aim? Said I well? Dr. Keys, by gar, me thank you for dat, by gar, I love you, and I shall procure you de good guest, de earl, de knight, de lords, de gentlemen, my patience, host, for the which I will be thy adversary toward an Page. Said I well? Dr. Keys, by gar, 'tis good, well said, host, let us wag, then. Dr. Keys, come at my heels, Jack Rugby, Exeunt, Act 3, Scene I. A field near Frogmore, enter Sir Hugh Evans and Simple. Sir Hugh Evans, I pray you now, good master Slender's serving man, and friend Simple by your name, which way have you looked for Master Keys, that calls himself Doctor of Physic? Simple, marry, sir, the Pity Ward, the Park Ward, every way, Old Windsor way, and every way but the town way. Sir Hugh Evans, I most vehemently desire you will also look that way. Simple, I will, sir. Exit. Sir Hugh Evans, bless my soul, how full of cholas I am, and trampling of mind. I shall be glad if he have deceived me. How melancholies I am. I will nog his urinals about his knave's costard when I have good opportunities for the orc. Bless my soul, sings, to shallow rivers, to whose falls, melodious birds sings madrigals. There will we make up beds of roses, and 1,000 fragrant posies, to shallow, mercy on me. I have a great dispositions to cry, sings, melodious birds sing madrigals, when as I sat in Babylon, and 1,000 vagrant posies, to shallow and see, re-enter Simple, Simple, yonder he is coming, this way, Sir Hugh Evans, he's welcome, sings, to shallow rivers, to whose falls, heaven prosper the right. What weapons is he? Simple, no weapons, sir. There comes my master, Shallow, and another gentleman, from Frogmore, over the stile, this way. Sir Hugh Evans, pray you, give me my gown, or else keep it in your arms. Enter Page, Shallow, and Slender. Shallow, how now, Master Parson? Good morrow, good Sir Hugh. Keep a gamester from the dice, and a good student from his book, and it is wonderful. Slender, aside, sweet and Page, save you, good Sir Hugh Evans, bless you from his mercy sake, all of you. Shallow, what, the sword and the word? Do you study them, both, Master Parson? Page, and youthful still, in your doublet and hose this raw rheumatic day? Sir Hugh Evans, there is reasons and causes for it. Page, we are come to you to do a good office, Master Parson. Sir Hugh Evans, very well, what is it? Page, yonder is a most reverend gentleman, who, belike, having received wrong by some person, is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw. Shallow, I have lived fourscore years and upward, I never heard a man of his place, gravity and learning, so wide of his own respect. Sir Hugh Evans, what is he? Page, I think you know him, Master Dr. Keys, there, renowned French physician. Sir Hugh Evans, God's will, and his passion of my heart. I had as lief you would tell me of a mess of porridge. Page. Why, Sir Hugh Evans, he has no more knowledge in hypocrites and Galen. And he is a knave besides, a cowardly knave as you, would desires to be acquainted with all. Page. I warrant you, he's the man should fight with him. Shallow. Aside. Oh sweet Anne. Page. Shallow. It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes Dr. Keyes. Enter host. Dr. Keyes, and Rugby. Page. Nay, good master parson, keep in your weapon. Shallow. So do you, good master doctor. Host. Disarm them, and let them question, let them keep their limbs whole and hack our English. Dr. Keyes, I pray you, let Amy speak a word with your ear. Therefore will you not meet Amy, Sir Hugh Evans? Aside to Dr. Keyes, pray you, use your patience. In good time. Dr. Keyes, by gar, you are de coward, de jackdog, John Ape. Sir Hugh Evans, aside to Dr. Keyes, pray you let us not be laughing stocks to other men's humours. I desire you, in friendship, and I will one way or other make you amends. Aloud, I will nog your urinals about your knave's coxcomb, for missing your meetings and appointments. Dr. Keyes, diable. Jack Rugby, mine host de jartier, have I not stay for him to kill him? Have I not, at de place, I did appoint, Sir Hugh Evans, as I am a Christian soul now, look you, this is their place appointed, I'll be judgment by mine host of the Garter. Host. Peace, I say, Gallia and Gaul, French and Welsh. Soul curer and body curer. Dr. Keyes, that is very good, excellent. Host. Peace, I say. Here mine host of the Garter. Am I politic? Am I subtle? Am I a Machiavel? Shall I lose my doctor? No, he gives me the potions and their motions. Shall I lose my parson, my priest, my Sir Hugh? No, he gives me the proverbs and their no verbs. Give me thy hand, terrestrial, so. Give me thy hand, celestial, so. Boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to wrong places. Your hearts are mighty, your skins are whole, and let burnt sacks be the issue. Come, lay their swords to pawn. Follow me, lads of peace. Follow, 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 shallow, trust me, a mad host. Follow, gentlemen, follow, slender, aside, oh sweet Anne. Page, exeunt shallow, slender, page, and host. Dr. Keyes, ha, do I perceive dat? Have you made a sort of us, ha, ha, Sir Hugh Evans, this is well, he has made us his flouting stock. I desire you that we may be friends, and let us nog our brains together to be revenge on this same scurvy cogging companion, the host of the Garter. Dr. Keyes, by gar, with all my heart. He promised to bring me, where is Anne? Page, by gar, he deceived me too, Sir Hugh Evans. Well, I will smite his noddles. Pray you, follow. Exeunt. Scene 2. A street. Enter Mistress Page and Robin. Mistress Page, nay, keep your way, little gallant, you were wont to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whether had you rather led mine eyes, or I your master's heels? Robin, I had rather, forsooth, go before you like a man, than follow him like a dwarf. Mistress Page, oh, you are a flattering boy, now I see you'll be a courtier. Enter Ford. Ford, well met, Mistress Page. With a go you, Mistress Page, truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home? Ford, and as idle as she may hang together, for want of company. I think, if your husbands were dead, you too would marry. Mistress Page, be sure of that, 2 other husbands. Ford, where had you this pretty weathercock? Mistress Page, I cannot tell what the dickens his name is. My husband had him of. What do you call your knight's name, sirrah? Robin, Sir John Falstaff. Ford, Sir John Falstaff. Mistress Page, he, I can never hit on's name. There is such a league between my good man and he. Is your wife at home indeed? Ford, indeed she is. Mistress Page, by your leave, sir, I am sick till I see her. Exeunt Mistress Page and Robin. Ford, has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure, they sleep. He hath no use of them. Why, This boy will carry a letter 20 mile, as easy as a cannon will shoot point blank 12 score. He pieces out his wife's inclination, he gives her folly motion and advantage, and now she's going to my wife, and full staff's boy with her. A man may hear this shower sing in the wind, and full staff's boy with her. Good plots, they are laid, and our revolted wives share damnation together. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so seeming mistress page, divulge page himself for a secure and wilful action, and to these violent proceedings all my neighbors shall cry aim. Clock heard, the clock gives me my cue, and my assurance bids me search, there I shall find Falstaff. I shall be rather praised for this than mocked, for it is as positive as the earth is firm that Falstaff is. There, I will go. Enter page, shallow, slender, host, Sir Hugh Evans, Dr. Keyes, and Rugby. Shallow page and see, well met, Master Ford. Ford, trust me, a good knot, I have good cheer at home, and I pray you all go with me. Shallow, I must excuse myself, Master Ford. Slender, and so must I, sir, we have appointed to dine with Mistress Anne, and I would not break with her for more money than I'll speak of. Shallow, we have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer. Slender, I hope I have your goodwill, Father Page. Page, you have, Master Slender, I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether. Dr. Keyes, A. Begar, and a maid is love me, my nurse. Quickly tell me so much. Host, what say you to young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, he has eyes of youth, he writes verses, he speaks holiday, he smells April and May, he will carry't, 'tis in his buttons, he will carry't. Page, not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having, he kept company with the wild prince, and poins, he is of too high a region, he knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. If he take her, let him take her simply, the wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way. Ford, I beseech you heartily, some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your cheer, you shall have sport. I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go, so shall you, Master Page, and you, Sir Hugh. Shallow, well, fare you well, we shall have the freer wooing at Master Page's. Exeunt Shallow and Slender. Dr. Keyes, go home. John Rugby, I come anon. Exit Rugby. Host, farewell, my hearts, I will to my honest knight, Falstaff, and drink canary with him. Exit. Ford, aside, I think I shall drink in pipe wine first, with him, I'll make him dance. Will you go, gentles, all, have with you to see this monster? Exeunt. Scene 3. A room in Ford's house. Enter Mistress Ford and Mistress Page. Mistress Ford, what, John? What, Robert? Mistress Page, quickly, quickly. Is the buck basket? Mistress Ford, I warrant. What, Robin, I say, enter servants with a basket. Mistress Page, come, come, come. Mistress Ford, here, set it down. Mistress Page, give your men the charge, we must be brief. Mistress Ford, marry, as I told you before, John and Robert, be ready here hard by in the brew house, and when I suddenly call you, come forth, and without any pause or staggering take this basket on your shoulders. That done, trudge with it in all haste, and carry it among the Whitsters in Datchermead, and there empty it in the muddy ditch close by the Thames side. Mistress Page, you will do it? Mistress Ford, I heart told them over and over, they lack no direction. Be gone, and come when you are called. Exeunt servants. Mistress Page, here comes little Robin. Enter Robin. Mistress Ford, how now, my ear's musket. What news with you, Robin? My master, Sir John, is come in at your back door. Mistress Ford, and requests your company. Mistress Page, you little jackalent, have you been true to us? Robin, I'll be sworn. My master knows not of your being here and hath threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it. for he swears he'll turn me away. Mistress Page, thou art a good boy. This secrecy of thine shall be a tailor to thee, and shall make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hide me. Mistress Ford, do so. Go tell thy master I am alone. Exit Robin. Mistress Page, remember you your cue. Mistress Page, I warrant thee, if I do not act it, hiss me. Exit. Mistress Ford, go to, then, we'll use this unwholesome humidity. This gross watery pumpion, will teach him to know turtles from jays. Enter Falstaff. Falstaff, have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why, now let me die, for I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition, oh this blessed hour. Mistress Ford, oh sweet Sir John. Falstaff, Mistress Ford, I cannot cog, I cannot prate. Mistress Ford, now shall I sin in my wish? I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best lord, I would make thee my lady. Mistress Ford, I your lady, Sir John. Alas, I should be a pitiful lady. Falstaff, let the court of France show me such another. I see how thine eye would emulate the diamond. Thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes their ship tire, the tire valiant, or any tire of Venetian admittance. Mistress Ford, a plain kerchief. Sir John, my brows become nothing else, nor that well neither. Falstaff, by the Lord, thou art a traitor to say so. Thou wouldst make an absolute courtier, and the firm fixture of thy foot would give an excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircled farthingale. I see what thou wert, if fortune thy foe were not nature thy friend. Come, thou canst not hide it. Mistress Ford, believe me, there is no such thing in me. Falstaff, what made me love thee? Let that persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say thou art this and that, like many of these lisping hawthorn buds, that come like women in men's apparel, and smell like bucklersbury. In simple time, I cannot, but I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it. Mistress Ford, do not betray me, sir. I fear you love Mistress Page. Falstaff, thou mightst as well say I love to walk by their counter gate, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kiln. Mistress Ford, well, heaven knows how I love you, and you shall one day find it. Falstaff, keep in that mind, I'll deserve it. Mistress Ford, nay, I must tell you, so you do, or else I could not be in that mind. Robin, within. Mistress Ford, Mistress Ford. Here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would needs speak with you presently. Falstaff, she shall not see me, I will ensconce me behind the arras. Mistress Ford, pray you, do so, she's a very tattling woman. Falstaff hides himself. Re-enter Mistress Page and Robin. What's the matter? How now, Mistress Page? Oh Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're shamed. You're overthrown, you're undone forever. Mistress Ford, what's the matter, good Mistress Page? Mistress Page, oh well a day, Mistress Ford. Having an honest man to your husband, to give him such cause of suspicion. Mistress Ford, what cause of suspicion? Mistress Page, what cause of suspicion? Out upon you. How am I mistook in you? Mistress Ford, why, alas, what's the matter? Mistress Page, your husband's coming hither, woman, with all their officers in Windsor, to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house by your consent, to take an ill advantage of his essence. You're undone. Mistress Ford, 'tis not so, I hope. Mistress Page, pray heaven it be not so, that you have such a man here. But 'tis most certain your husband's coming, with half Windsor at his heels, to search for such a one. I come before to tell you. If you know yourself clear, why, I am glad of it, but if you have a friend here convey him out. Be not amazed, call all your senses to you, defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever. Mistress Ford, what shall I do? There is a gentleman, my dear friend, and I fear not mine own shame so much as his peril. I had rather than £1,000 he were out of the house. Mistress Page, for shame. Never stand. You had rather, and you had rather. Your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance In the house you cannot hide him. Oh, how have you deceived me? Look, here is a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here, and throw foul linen upon him, as if it were going to bucking, or it is whiting time. Send him by your 2 men to Datchermead, Mistress Ford. He's too big to go in there. What shall I do? Falstaff, coming forward. Let me set, oh, let me set. Eileen, follow your friends' counsel. Eileen, Mistress Page. What, Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight? Falstaff, I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never. Gets into the basket. They cover him with foul linen. Mistress Page, help to cover your master, boy. Call your men. Mistress Ford. You dissembling knight. Mistress Ford. What, John? Robert. John, exit Robin. Re-enter servants. Go take up these clothes here quickly. Where's their cowl stuff? Look, how you drumble. Carry them to the laundress in Datchermead, quickly. Come, enter Ford, Page, Dr. Keyes, and Sir Hugh Evans. Ford, pray you, come near. If I suspect without cause, why then make sport at me? Then let me be your jest. I deserve it. How now? Whither bear you this, servant? To the laundress, forsooth, Mistress Ford. Why, what have you to do whither they bear it? You were best meddle with buck washing, Ford. Buck. I would I could wash myself of the buck. Buck. Buck, I warrant you, buck. And of the season too, it shall appear. Exeunt servants with the basket. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Here be my keys. Ascend my chambers, search, seek, find out. I'll warrant, we'll unkennel the fox. Let me stop this way first, locking the door. So, now uncape. Page, good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much, Ford. True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen, you shall see. Sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen. Exit. Sir Hugh Evans. This is very fantastical humours and jealousies. Dr. Keyes. By gar, 'tis no the fashion of France. It is not jealous in France. Page. Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search. Exeunt Page, Dr. Keyes, and Sir Hugh Evans. Mistress Page, is there not a double excellency in this? Mistress Ford, I know not which pleases me better, that my husband is deceived, or Sir John. Mistress Page, what a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket? Mistress Ford, I am half afraid he will have need of washing, so throwing him into the water will do him a benefit. Mistress Page, hang him, dishonest rascal. I would all the same, strain were in the same distress. Mistress Ford, I think my husband hath some special suspicion of Falstaff's being here, for I never saw him so gross in his jealousy till now. Mistress Page, I will lay a plot to try that, and we will yet have more tricks with Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey this medicine. Mistress Ford, shall we send that foolish carrion, mistress, quickly, to him, and excuse his throwing into their water, and give him another hope, to betray him to another punishment? Mistress Page, we will do it. Let him be sent for tomorrow. 8 o'clock, to have men's. Re-enter Ford, Page, Dr. Keyes, and Sir Hugh Evans. Ford, I cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of that. He could not compass. Mistress Page, aside to Mistress Ford, heard you that? Mistress Ford, you use me well, Master Ford, do you? Ford, I do so. Mistress Ford, heaven make you better than your thoughts. Ford, amen. Mistress Page, you do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford. Ford, I must bear it. Sir Hugh Evans, if there be any pody in the house, and in their chambers, and in the coffers, and in the presses, heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment. Dr. Keyes, by gar, nor I too, there is nobody's. Page, fie, Master Ford. Are you not ashamed? What, spirit, what devil suggests this imagination? I would not hire your distemper in this kind for their wealth of Windsor Castle. Ford, 'tis my fault, Master Page, I suffer for it. Sir Hugh Evans, You suffer for a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest to a man's as I will desires among 5,502. Dr. Keyes, by gar, I see 'tis an honest woman. Ford, well, I promised you a dinner. Come, come, walk in the park, I pray you. Pardon me, I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, wife, come, Mistress Page. I pray you, pardon me. Pray heartily, pardon me. Page, let's go in, gentlemen, but, trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house, to breakfast. After, we'll a birding together. I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so, Ford? Anything, Sir Hugh Evans. If there is one, I shall make two in the company. Dr. Keyes, if there be one or two, I shall make a the third. Ford, pray you, go, Master Page. Sir Hugh Evans, I pray you now, remembrance tomorrow on the lousy knave, mine host. Dr. Keyes, dat is good, by gar, with all my heart. Sir Hugh Evans, a lousy knave, to have his jibes and his mockeries. Exeunt. Scene 4. A room in Page's house. Enter Fenton and Anne Page. Fenton, I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore no more turn me to him, sweet Nan. Anne Page, alas, how then? Fenton, why, thou must be thyself. He doth object I am too great of birth, and that, my state being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides these other bars he lays before me, my rights past, my wild societies, and tells me 'tis a thing impossible, I should love thee but as a property. Anne Page, maybe he tells you true. Fenton, no, heaven so speed me in my time to come, albeit I will confess thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, Anne. Yet, wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps in gold or sums in sealed bags. And 'tis the very riches of thyself that now I aim at. Anne Page, gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love, still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suit cannot attain it, why, then hark you hither. They converse apart. Enter Shallow, Slender, and Mistress Quickly. Shallow, break their talk. Mistress Quickly, my kinsman shall speak for himself. Slender, I'll make a shaft or a bolt on't. Slid, 'tis but venturing. Shallow, be not dismayed. Slender, no, she shall not dismay me, I care not for that. But that I am afeard. Mistress Quickly, hark ye, Master Slender would speak a word with you. Anne Page, I come to him, aside. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile ill-favored faults. Looks handsome in £300 a year. Mistress Quickly, and how does good Master Fenton? Pray you, a word with you. Shallow, she's coming to her, cause. Oh boy, thou hadst a father. Slender, I had a father. Mistress Anne, my uncle can tell you good jests of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne the jest, how my father stole 2 keys out of a pen. Good uncle. Shallow, Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you. Slender, that I do, as well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire. Shallow, he will maintain you like a gentlewoman. Slender, that I will. Come cut and long tail, under there, degree of esquire. Shallow, he will make you £150 jointure. Anne Page, good Master Shallow, let him woo for himself. Shallow, marry, I thank you for it, I thank you for that good comfort. She calls you, cause, I'll leave you. Anne Page, now, Master Slender, Slender, now, good Mistress Anne, Anne Page, what is your will? Slender, my will. Ads heartlings, that's a pretty jest, indeed. I ne'er made my will yet, I thank heaven, I am not such a sickly creature, I give heaven praise. Anne Page, I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me? Slender, truly, for mine own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and my uncle hath made motions, if it be my luck, so, if not, happy man be his dole. They can tell you how things go better than I can. You may ask your father. Here he comes. Enter Page and Mistress Page. Page, now, Master Slender, love him. Daughter Anne, why, how now? What does Master Fenton here? You wrong me, sir. thus still to haunt my house. I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of. Fenton. Nay, Master Page, be not impatient. Mistress Page. Good Master Fenton, come not to my child. Page, she is no match for you. Fenton. Sir, will you hear me? Page. No, good Master Fenton. Come, Master Shallow, come, son Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wrong me, Master Fenton. Exeunt Page, Shallow, and Slender. Mistress quickly, speak to Mistress Page. Fenton. Good Mistress Page, for that I love your daughter? In such a righteous fashion as I do? Perforce, against all checks, rebukes and manners. I must advance the colors of my love, and not retire. Let me have your good will. Anne Page. Good mother, do not marry me to yond fool. Mistress Page. I mean it not. I seek you a better husband. Mistress quickly. That's my master, Master Doctor. Anne Page. Alas, I had rather be set quick i' the earth, and boiled to death with turnips. Mistress Page. Come, trouble not yourself. Good Master Fenton. I will not be your friend nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you. And as I find her, so am I affected. Till then farewell, sir, she must needs go in. Her further will be angry. Fenton. Farewell, gentle mistress, farewell, Nan. Exeunt Mistress Page and Anne Page. Mistress quickly. This is my doing. Now, nay, said I, will you cast away your child on a fool, and a physician? Look on, Master Fenton, this is my doing. Fenton. I thank thee, and I pray thee, once tonight, give my sweet Nan this ring. There's for thy pains. Mistress quickly. Now heaven send thee good fortune. Exit Fenton. A kind heart he hath, a woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. But yet I would my master had Mistress Anne, or I would Master Slender had her, or, in sooth, I would Master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for them all three, for so I have promised, and I'll be as good as my word, but speciously for Master Fenton. Well, I must have another errand to Sir John Falstaff from my two mistresses. What a beast am I to slack it. Exit. Scene V. A room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff and Bardolph. Falstaff. Bardolph. I say, Bardolph. Here, sir. Falstaff. Go fetch me a quart of sack. Put a toast in't. Exit Bardolph. Have I lived to be carried in a basket, like a barrow of butcher's offal, and to be thrown in there, Thames? Well, if I be served such another trick, I'll have my brains ta'en out and buttered, and give them to a dog for a New Year's gift. The rogues slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a blind bitch's puppies. 15 the litter, and you may know by my size, that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. If the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I had been drowned, but that the shore was shelvy and shallow, a death that I abhor, for the water swells a man, and what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled. I should have been a mountain of mummy. Re-enter Bardolph with sack. Bardolph. Here's mistress quickly, sir, to speak with you. Falstaff. Let me pour in some sack to the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I had swallowed snowballs for pills to cool the rains. Call her in, Bardolph. Come in, woman. Enter mistress quickly. Mistress quickly. By your leave, I cry you mercy. Give your worship. Good morrow. Falstaff. Take away these chalices. Go brew me a pottle of sack finely. Bardolph. With eggs, sir? Falstaff. Simple of itself. I'll no pull its sperm in my brewage. Exit Bardolph. How now, mistress quickly. Marry, sir, I come to your worship from Mistress Ford. Falstaff. Mistress Ford. I have had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford. I have my belly full of Ford. Mistress quickly. Alas the day. Good heart, that was not her fault. She does so take on with her men, they mistook their erection. Falstaff. So did I mine, to build upon a foolish woman's promise. Mistress quickly. Well, she laments, sir, for it, that it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning, a-birding. She desires you once more to come to her, between 8 and 9, I must carry her word, quickly, she'll make you amends, I warrant you. Falstaff. Well, I will visit her, tell her so, and bid her think what a man is, let her consider his frailty, and then judge of my merit. Mistress quickly, I will tell her. Falstaff, do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou? Mistress quickly, 8 and 9, sir. Falstaff, well, begone, I will not miss her. Mistress quickly, peace be with you, sir. Exit. Falstaff, I marvel I hear not of Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. I like his money well. Oh, here he comes. Enter Ford. Ford, bless you, sir. Falstaff, now, Master Brooke, you come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife? Ford, that, indeed, Sir John, is my business. Falstaff, Master Brooke, I will not lie to you, I was at her house the hour she appointed me. Ford, and sped you, sir? Falstaff, very ill-favouredly, Master Brooke. Ford, how so, sir? Did she change her determination? Falstaff, no, Master Brooke, but the Peking cornuto her husband, Master Brooke, dwelling in a continual larum of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and, as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy. And at his heels a rabble of his companions, thither, provoked and instigated by his distemper, and, forsooth, to search his house for his wife's love. Ford, what, while you were there? Falstaff, while I was there. Ford, and did he search for you, and could not find you? Falstaff, you shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes, in one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and, in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket. Ford, a buck basket. Falstaff, by the Lord, a buck basket. Rammed me in with foul shirts and smocks, socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins, that, Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril. Ford, and how long lay you there? Falstaff, nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave their master in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quaked for fear, lest the lunatic knave would have searched it, but fate, ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he, for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But, mark the sequel, Master Brooke, I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright, to be detected with a jealous rotten bellwether. Next, to be compassed, like a good bilbo, in the circumference of a beck, hilt to point, heel to head, and then, to be stopped in, like a strong distillation, with stinking clothes, that fretted in their own grease. Think of that, man of my kidney, think of that, that am as subject to heat as butter, a man of continual dissolution, and Thor, it was a miracle to escape suffocation. And in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stewed in grease, like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames, and cooled, glowing hot, in that surge, like a horseshoe. Think of that, hissing hot, think of that, Master Brooke. Ford, in good sadness, I am sorry that for my sake you have suffered all this. My suit then is desperate. You'll undertake her no more? Falstaff, Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna, as I have been into Thames, ere I will leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a-birding. I have received from her another embassy of meeting. Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, Master Brooke. Ford, 'tis past 8 already, sir. Falstaff, is it? I will then address me to my appointment. Come to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed, and the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu. You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall, cuckold Ford. Exit. Ford, hum. Ha. Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Master Ford, awake. Awake, Master Ford. There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford. This 'tis to be married. This 'tis to have linen, and buck baskets. Well, I will proclaim myself, what I am. I will now take the ledger. He is at my house, he cannot escape me, 'tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse, nor into a pepper box, but, lest the devil that guides him should aid him, I will search impossible places. Though what I am I cannot avoid, yet to be what I could not shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, let the proverb go, with me, I'll be horn mad. Exit, Act 4, Scene I. A street, enter Mistress Page, Mistress quickly, and William Page. Mistress Page, is he at Master Ford's already, think'st thou? Mistress quickly, sure he is by this, or will be presently, but, truly, he is very courageous mad about his throwing into the water. Mistress Ford desires you to come suddenly. Mistress Page, I'll be with her by and by, I'll but bring my young man here to school. Look, where his master comes. 'Tis a playing day, I see. Enter Sir Hugh Evans. How now, Sir Hugh? No school today, Sir Hugh Evans? No, Master Slender has let the boys leave to play. Mistress quickly, blessing of his heart. Mistress Page, Sir Hugh, my husband says my son profits nothing in the world at his book. I pray you, ask him some questions in his accidents. Sir Hugh Evans, come hither. William, hold up your head. Come. Mistress Page, come on. Sirrah, hold up your head. Answer your master, be not afraid. Sir Hugh Evans, William, how many numbers is in nouns? William Page, 2. Mistress quickly, truly, I thought there had been one number more. Because they say, adds nouns. Sir Hugh Evans, peace your tattlings. What is fair, William? William Page, Pulcher. Mistress quickly, polecats. There are fairer things than polecats, sure. Sir Hugh Evans, you are a very simplicity man, I pray you peace. What is lapis, William? William Page, a stone. Sir Hugh Evans, and what is a stone, William? William Page, a pebble. Sir Hugh Evans, no, it is lapis, I pray you, remember in your praying. William Page, lapis. Sir Hugh Evans, that is a good William. What is he, William, that does lend articles? William Page, articles are borrowed of the pronoun, and be thus declined. Singulariter, nominativo, hic, hec, hoc. Sir Hugh Evans, nominativo, hig, hag, hog. Pray you, mark. Genitivo, hugus. Well, what is your accusative case? William Page, accusativo, hinc. Sir Hugh Evans, I pray you, have your remembrance, child. Accusative, hung, hang, hog. Mistress quickly, hang hog is Latin for bacon, I warrant you. Sir Hugh Evans, leave your parables, O man. What is the vocative case, William? William Page, O comma vocativo, oh. Sir Hugh Evans, remember, William, vocative is carrot. Mistress quickly, and that's a good root. Sir Hugh Evans, O man, forbear. Mistress Page, peace. Sir Hugh Evans, what is your genitive case plural, William? William Page, genitive case. Sir Hugh Evans, A. William Page, genitive comma harem, harem, horum. Mistress quickly, vengeance of Jenny's case. Fie on her. Never name her, child, if she be a whore. Sir Hugh Evans, for shame, O man. Mistress quickly, you do ill to teach the child such words. He teaches him to hick and to hack, which they'll do fast enough of themselves, and to call harem, fie upon you. Sir Hugh Evans, O man, art thou lunatics? Hast thou no understandings for thy cases and the numbers of the genders? Thou art as foolish Christian creatures as I would desires. Mistress Page, prithee, hold thy peace. Sir Hugh Evans, show me now, William, some declensions of your pronouns. William Page, forsooth, I have forgot. Sir Hugh Evans, it is qui, quae, quod. If you forget your quaes, and your quads, you must be wretches. Go your ways, and play, go. Mistress Page, he is a better scholar than I thought he was. Sir Hugh Evans, he is a good sprag memory. Farewell, Mistress Page. Mistress Page, adieu. Good Sir Hugh. Exit Sir Hugh Evans, get you home, boy. Come, we stayed too long. Exeunt. Scene 2. A room in Ford's house. Enter full staff and Mistress Ford. Falstaff. Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth, not only, Mistress Ford, in the simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment and ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now, Mistress Ford? He's a birding, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page, within. What, ho, Gossip Ford? What, ho, Mistress Ford? Step into the chamber, Sir John. Exit Falstaff. Enter Mistress Page. Mistress Page, how now, sweetheart? Who's at home besides yourself? Mistress Ford, why, none but mine own people. Mistress Page, indeed. Mistress Ford, no, certainly. Aside to her, speak louder. Mistress Page, truly, I am so glad you have nobody here. Mistress Ford, why? Mistress Page, why, woman, your husband is in his old loons again. He so takes on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married mankind, so curses or leaves daughters, of what complexion soever, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility and patience, to this his distemper he is in now. I am glad the fat knight is not here. Mistress Ford, why, does he talk of him? Mistress Page, of none but him, and swears he was carried out there, last time he searched for him, in a basket, protests to my husband he is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport, to make another experiment of his suspicion. But I am glad the knight is not here, now he shall see his own foolery. Mistress Ford, how near is he? Mistress Page, hard by, at street end. He will be here anon. Mistress Ford, I am undone. The knight is here. Mistress Page, why then you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman are you! Away with him, away with him. Better shame than murder. Ford, which way should we go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again? Re-enter Falstaff. Falstaff, no, I'll come no more I the basket. May I not go out ere he come? Mistress Page, alas, 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door, with pistols, that none shall issue out, otherwise, you might slip away ere he came. But what make you here? Falstaff, what shall I do? I'll creep up into the chimney. Mistress Ford, that they always use to discharge their birding pieces. Creep into the kiln hole. Falstaff, where is it? Mistress Ford, he will seek there, on my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, but he hath an abstract for the remembrance of such places, and goes to them by his note. There is no hiding you in the house. Falstaff, I'll go out then. Mistress Page, if you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John. Unless you go out disguised. Mistress Ford, how might we disguise him? Mistress Page, alas the day, I know not. There is no woman's gown big enough for him, otherwise he might put on a hat, a muffler and a kerchief, and so escape. Falstaff, good hearts, devise something, any extremity rather, than a mischief. Mistress Ford, my maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brentford, has a gown above. Mistress Page, on my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is, and there's her thrummed hat and her muffler, too. Run up, Sir John. Mistress Ford, go, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page, and I will look some linen for your head. Mistress Page, quick, we'll come dress you straight, put on the gown the while. Exit Falstaff. Mistress Ford, I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brentford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house and hath threatened to beat her. Mistress Page, heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and there, devil guide his cudgel afterwards. Mistress Ford, but is my husband coming? Mistress Page, ah, in good sadness, is he, and talks of the basket, too, howsoever he hath had intelligence. Mistress Ford, we'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry their basket again, to meet him at the door with it, as they did last time. Mistress Page, nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him. like the witch of Brentford. Mistress Ford, I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up, I'll bring linen for him straight. Exit. Mistress Page, hang him. Dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave a proof, by that which we will do. Wives may be merry, and yet honest too. We do not act that often jest and laugh. 'Tis old, but true, still swine eat all the drought. Exit. Re-enter Mistress Ford with 2 servants. Mistress Ford, go, sirs, take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at door, if he bid you set it down, obey him, quickly, dispatch. Exit. First servant, come, come, take it up. Second servant, pray heaven it be not full of night again. First servant, I hope not, I had as lief bear so much lead. Enter Ford, Page, Shallow, Dr. Keyes, and Sir Hugh Evans. Ford, but if it prove true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Set down the basket. Villain. Somebody call my wife. Youth in a basket. Oh, you pandally rascals. There's a knot, a jing, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. What, wife, I say? Come, come forth. Behold what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching. Page, why, this passes. Master Ford, you are not to go loose any longer, you must be pinioned. Sir Hugh Evans, why, this is lunatics. This is mad as a mad dog. Shallow, indeed, Master Ford, this is not well, indeed. Ford, so say I too, sir. Re-enter Mistress Ford, come hither. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature, that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect, without cause, mistress, do I? Mistress Ford, heaven be my witness you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty. Ford, well said, brazen face. Hold it out. Come forth, sirrah, pulling clothes out of the basket. Page, this passes. Mistress Ford, are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone. Ford, I shall find you anon. Sir Hugh Evans, 'tis unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away. Ford, empty the basket, I say. Mistress Ford, why, man, why? Ford, Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not he be there again? In my house I am sure he is. My intelligence is true, my jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen. Mistress Ford, if you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death. Page, here's no man. Shallow, by my fidelity, this is not well. Master Ford, this wrongs you. Sir Hugh Evans, Master Ford, you must pray, and not follow their imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousies. Ford, well, he's not here I seek for. Page, no, nor nowhere else but in your brain. Ford, help to search my house this one time. If I find not what I seek, show no color for my extremity. Let me forever be your table sport. Let them say of me, as jealous as Ford, chat search to hollow walnut for his wife's leman. Satisfy me once more search with me. Mistress Ford, what, Mistress Page. Come you and the old woman, down, my husband will come into the chamber. Ford, old woman. What old woman's that? Mistress Ford, nay, it is my maid's aunt of Brentford. Ford, a witch, a queen, an old cousining queen. Have I not forbid her my house? She comes of errands, does she? We are simple men, we do not know what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure, and such daubry as this is beyond our element. We know nothing. Come down, you witch, you hag, you, come down, I say. Mistress Ford, nay, good, sweet husband, good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman. Re-enter Falstaff in woman's clothes, and Mistress Page. Mistress Page, come, Mother Pratt, come, give me your hand. Ford, I'll prat her, beating him out of my door. You witch, you hag, you baggage, you polecat, you runyon. Out, out. I'll conjure you, I'll fortune tell you. Exit Falstaff. Mistress Page, Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman, Mistress Ford. Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you, Ford. Hang her, witch, Sir Hugh Evans. By the yea and no, I think the man is a witch. Indeed, I like not when a man has a great pt. I spy a great pt under his muffler. Ford, will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy, if I cry out thus, upon no trail, never trust me when I open again. Page, let's obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen, Exeunt Ford, Page, Shallow, Dr. Keyes, and Sir Hugh Evans. Mistress Page, trust me. He beat him most pitifully. Mistress Ford, nay, by the mass, that he did not. He beat him most unpitifully, methought. Mistress Page, I'll have the cudgel hallowed and hung o'er the altar, it hath done meritorious service. Mistress Ford, what think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge? Mistress Page, the spirit of wantonness is, sure, scared out of him. If the devil have him not in fee simple, with fine and recovery, he will never, I think, in their way of waste, attempt us again. Mistress Ford, shall we tell our husbands how we have served him? Mistress Page, yes, by all means, if it be but to scrape their figures out of your husband's brains. If they can find in their hearts the poor unvirtuous fat knight shall be any further afflicted, we too will still be the ministers. Mistress Ford, I'll warrant they'll have him publicly shamed, and methinks there would be no period to the jest. Should he not be publicly shamed? Mistress Page, come, to the forge with it then, shape it. I would not have things cool. Exeunt, Scene 3. A room in the Garter Inn. Enter host and Bardolph. Bardolph, sir, the Germans desire to have 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at court, and they are going to meet him. Host, what Duke should that become so secretly? I hear not of him in the court. Let me speak with the gentlemen. They speak English. Bardolph, sir, I'll call them to you. Host, they shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll source them. They have had my house a week at command. I have turned away my other guests. They must come off. I'll source them. Come. Exeunt, Scene 4. A room in Ford's house. Enter Page, Ford, Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Sir Hugh Evans. Sir Hugh Evans, 'tis one of the best discretions of a man as ever I did look upon. Page, and did he send you both these letters at an instant? Mistress Page, within a quarter of an hour. Ford, pardon me, wife. Henceforth do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the son with cold, than thee with wantonness. Now doth thy honour stand in him that was of late an heretic, as firm as faith. Page, 'tis well, no more. Be not as extreme in submission, as in offence, but let our plot go forward. Let our wives, yet once again, to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow, where we may take him and disgrace him for it. Ford, there is no better way than that they spoke of. Page, how? To send him word they'll meet him in the park, at midnight. Fie. He'll never come. Sir Hugh Evans, you say he has been thrown in the rivers and has been grievously beaten as an old man. Methinks there should be terrors in him that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished, he shall have no desires. Page, so think I too. Mistress Ford, devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us two devise to bring him thither. Mistress Page, there is an old tale goes that Herne the Hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor forest, doth all the winter time, at still midnight, walk round about an oak, with great red horns. And there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle, and makes milch kine yield blood and shakes a chain, in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well you know. The superstitious idle-headed eld, received and did deliver to our age, this tale of Herne the Hunter for a truth. Page, why, yet there want not many that do fear, in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. But what of this, Mistress Ford? Marry, this is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us. Page, well, let it not be doubted but he'll come. and in this shape when you have brought him thither. What shall be done with him? What is your plot, Mistress Page? That likewise have we thought upon, and thus. Nan Page my daughter and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth will dress, like urchins, elfies and fairies, green and white, with rounds of waxen tapers on their heads, and rattles in their hands, upon a sudden. As Falstaff, she and I, are newly met. Let them from forth a sawpit rush at once, with some diffused song, upon their sight. We too in great amazedness will fly. Then let them all encircle him about, and, fairy-like, to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why, that hour of fairy revel, in their so sacred paths he dares to tread, in shape profane, Mistress Ford, and till he tell the truth. Let the supposed fairies pinch him sound, and burn him with their tapers, Mistress Page, the truth being known. We'll all present ourselves, dishorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor. Ford, the children must be practiced well to this, or they'll ne'er dot. Sir Hugh Evans, I will teach the children their behaviors, and I will be like a jackanapes also, to burn their night with my tabor. Ford, that will be excellent. I'll go and buy them wizards. Mistress Page, my Nan shall be the queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white. Page, that silk will I go buy, aside, and in that time, shall Master Slender steal my Nan away, and marry her at Eton. Go send to Falstaff straight, Ford. Nay, I'll to him again in name of Brooke, he'll tell me all his purpose, sure, he'll come. Mistress Page, fear not you that. Go get us properties, and tricking for our fairies, Sir Hugh Evans, let us about it. It is admirable pleasures and fairy, honest knaveries, Exeunt Page, Ford, and Sir Hugh Evans. Mistress Page, go, Mistress Ford. Send quickly to Sir John, to know his mind. Exit Mistress Ford, I'll to the doctor, he hath my good will, and none but he, to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot, and he my husband best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends, potent at court. He, none but he, shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her. Exit, Scene V. A room in the Garter Inn. Enter host and simple. Host, what wouldst thou have, boy? What, thick skin? Speak, breathe, discuss, brief, short, quick, snap, simple. Marry, sir, I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff, from Master Slender. Host, there's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed, 'tis painted about with a story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Go, knock and call, hell speak like an Anthropophaginian, unto thee. Knock, I say, simple. There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up into his chamber. I'll be so bold as stay, sir, till she come down. I come to speak with her, indeed. Host, ha, a fat woman. The night may be robbed. I'll call bully night. Bully Sir John. Speak from thy lungs military. Art thou there? It is thine, host, thine Ephesian, calls, Falstaff, above. How now, mine host? Host, here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fie. Privacy, fie. Enter Falstaff. Falstaff, there was, mine host, an old fat woman even now with me, but she's gone. Simple. Pray you, sir, wast not the wise woman of Brentford? Falstaff, marry, was it? Musselshell, what would you with her? Simple. My master, sir, Master Slender, sent to her, seeing her go through the streets, to know, sir, whether one name, sir, that beguiled him of a chain, had there, chain or number. Falstaff, I spake with the old woman about it. Simple. And what says she, I pray, sir? Falstaff, marry, she says that the very same man that beguiled Master Slender of his chain cozened him of it. Simple. I would I could have spoken with the woman herself. I had other things to have spoken with her too from him. Falstaff, what are they? Let us know. Host, come, quick. Simple. I may not conceal them, sir. Host, conceal them, or thou dost. Simple. Why, sir, they were nothing but about Mistress Anne, Page, to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or number, Falstaff, 'tis his fortune, simple. What, sir? Falstaff, to have her, or no? Go, say the woman told me so, simple. May I be bold to say so, sir? Falstaff, sir, like whom or bold, simple. I thank your worship, I shall make my master glad. With these tidings, exit. Host, thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee? Falstaff, that there was, mine host, one that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life. And I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning. Enter Bardolph. Bardolph, out, alas, sir. Cousinage, mere cousinage. Host, where be my horses? Speak well of them. Varleto, Bardolph, run away with the casinos, for so soon as I came beyond Eton, they threw me off from behind one of them, in a slough of mire, and set spurs and away. Like 3 German devils, 3 Dr. Faustuses. Host, they are gone but to meet the Duke. Villain, do not say they be fled, Germans are honest men. Enter Sir Hugh Evans. Sir Hugh Evans, where is mine host? Host, what is the matter, sir? Sir Hugh Evans, have a care of your entertainments. There is a friend of mine come to town, tells me there is 3 cousin Germans that has cozened all the hosts of Reddins, of Maidenhead, of Colebrook, of horses and money. I tell you for goodwill, look you are wise and full of jibes and flouting stocks, and 'tis not convenient you should be cozened. Fare you well. Exit. Enter Dr. Keyes. Dr. Keyes, where is mine host de Jartier? Host, here, Master Doctor, in perplexity and doubtful dilemma. Dr. Keyes, I cannot tell that is dat, but it is tell me dat. You make grand preparation for a Duke d'Hegemony. By my trot, there is no Duke dat the court is no to. Come. I tell you for goodwill, adieu. Exit. Host, hue and cry, villain, go. Assist me, knight. I am undone. Fly, run, hue and cry, villain. I am undone. Exeunt host and Bardolph. Falstaff, I would all the world might be cozened, for I have been cozened and beaten too. If it should come to the ear of the court, how I have been transformed, and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgelled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop and lick a fisherman's boots with me. I warrant, they would whip me with their fine wits till I were as crestfallen as a dried bear. I never prospered, since I forswore myself at Primero. Well, if my wind were but long enough to say my prayers, I would repent. Enter Mistress quickly. Now, whence come you, Mistress quickly? From the 2 parties, forsooth. Falstaff, the devil take one party and his damn the other. And so they shall be both bestowed. I have suffered more, for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear. Mistress quickly, and have not they suffered? Yes, I warrant. Speciously one of them, Mistress Ford, good heart, is beaten black and blue, that you cannot see a white spot about her. Falstaff, what tellest thou me of black and blue? I was beaten myself into all the colours of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brentford, but that my admirable dexterity of wit, my counterfeiting the action of an old woman, delivered me. The knave constable had set me either stocks, either common stocks, for a witch. Mistress quickly, sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and, I warrant, to your content. Here is a letter will say somewhat. Good hearts, what to do here is to bring you together. Sure, one of you does not serve heaven well, that you are so crossed. Falstaff, come up into my chamber. Exeunt. Scene vi. Another room in the Garter Inn. Enter Fenton and host. Host, Master Fenton, talk not to me, my mind is heavy, I will give over all. Fenton, yet hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose. And, as I am a gentleman, I'll give thee £100 in gold more than your loss. Host, I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will at the least keep your counsel. Fenton, from time to time I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair Anne Page, who mutually hath answered my affection. so far forth as herself might be her chooser. Even to my wish, I have a letter from her, of such contents as you will wonder at. The mirth whereof so larded with my matter, that neither singly can be manifested, without the show of both. Fat Falstaff hath a great scene, the image of the jest, I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host, tonight at Herne's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. The purpose why, is here, in which disguise, while other jests are something rank on foot, her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender and with him at Eton, immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, her mother, ever strong against that match, and firm for Dr. Keyes, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her away, while other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the deanery, where a priest attends, straight marry her to this her mother's plot. She seemingly obedient likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now, thus it rests. Her father means she shall be all in white, and in that habit, when Slender sees his time, to take her by the hand and bid her go, she shall go with him. Her mother hath intended the better to denote her to the doctor, for they must all be masked and vizarded. That quaint in green she shall be loose enrobed, with ribands pendant, flaring about her head. And when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, to pinch her by the hand, and, on that token, the maid hath given consent to go with him, host, which means she to deceive, father or mother, Fenton, both, my good host, to go along with me. And here it rests, that you'll procure vicar, to stay for me at church twixt 12 and 1, and, in the lawful name of marrying, to give our hearts united ceremony, host. Well, husband your device, I'll to the vicar bring you the maid. You shall not lack a priest, Fenton, so shall I evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll make a present recompense. Exeunt, Act 5, Scene I. A room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff and mistress quickly. Falstaff, prithee, no more prattling, go. I'll hold. This is the third time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away I go. They say there is divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death. Away, mistress quickly, I'll provide you a chain, and I'll do what I can to get you a pair of horns. Falstaff. Away, I say, time wears, hold up your head, and mince. Exit mistress quickly, enter Ford. How now, Master Brooke? Master Brooke, the matter will be known tonight, or never. Be you in there, park about midnight, at Herne's Oak, and you shall see wonders. Ford, went you not to her yesterday, sir, as you told me you had appointed? Falstaff, I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see, like a poor old man, but I came from her, Master Brooke, like a poor old woman. That same knave Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him, Master Brooke, that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he beat me grievously, in the shape of a woman, for in the shape of man, Master Brooke, I fear not Goliath with a weaver's beam, because I know also life is a shuttle. I am in haste. Go along with me, I'll tell you all, Master Brooke. Since I plucked geese, played truant and whipped top, I knew not what was to be beaten till lately. Follow me, I'll tell you strange things of this knave, Ford, on whom tonight I will be revenged, and I will deliver his wife into your hand. Follow, strange things in hand, Master Brooke. Follow. Exeunt, Scene 2. Windsor Park. Enter Page, Shallow, and Slender. Page, come, come, we'll couch I the castle ditch till we see the light of our fairies. Remember, son Slender, my daughter, Slender, forsooth, I have spoke with her and we have nay word how to know one another. I come to her in white, and cry mum, she cries budget, and by that we know one another. Shallow, that's good too, but what needs either your mum, or her budget? The white will decipher her well enough. It hath struck 10 o'clock. Page. The night is dark, light and spirits will become it. Well, heaven prosper our sport. No man means evil, but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns. Let's away. Follow me. Exeunt, Scene 3. A street leading to the park. Enter Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Dr. Keyes. Mistress Page. Master Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you see your time, take her by the band, away with her, to the deanery, and dispatch it quickly. Go before, into the park, we two must go together. Dr. Keyes, I know that I have to do. Adieu, Mistress Page, fare you well, sir. Exit Dr. Keyes. My husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter, but 'tis no matter, better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak. Mistress Ford, where is Nan now and her troop of fairies, and their Welsh devil Hugh? Mistress Page, they are all couched in a pit hard by Herne's Oak, with obscured lights, which, at the very instant of Falstaff's and our meeting, they will at once display to the knight. Mistress Ford, that cannot choose but amaze him. Mistress Page, if he be not amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will every way be mocked. Mistress Ford, will betray him finely. Mistress Page, against such lewdsters and their lechery, those that betray them do no treachery. Mistress Ford, the hour draws on. To the oak, exeunt. Scene 4. Windsor Park. Enter Sir Hugh Evans, disguised, with others as fairies. Sir Hugh Evans, drib, fairies, come, and remember your parts. Be bold, I pray you, follow me into the pit, and, when I give the watchwords, do as I bid you. Come, drib, exeunt. Scene V. Another part of the park. Enter Falstaff disguised as Herne. Falstaff, the Windsor bell hath struck 12, the minute draws on. Now, the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, Jove, thou wast a bull for thy Europa, love, set on thy horns. O powerful love, that, in some respects, makes a beast a man, in some other, a man, a beast. You were also, Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. O omnipotent love, how near the god drew, to the complexion of a goose. A fault done first in the form of a beast. O Jove, a beastly fault. And then another fault in the semblance of a fowl. Think on T, Jove, a foul fault. When gods have hot backs, what shall poor men do? For me, I am here a Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, I there, forest. Send me a cool time, Jove, or who can blame me to piss my tallow? Who comes here? My doe? Enter Mistress Ford and Mistress Page. Mistress Ford, Sir John. Art thou there, my dear? My male dear? Falstaff, my doe with the black scut. Let the sky rain potatoes, let it thunder to the tune of green sleeves, hail kissing comfits and snow eringos, let there come a tempest of provocation, I will shelter me here. Mistress Ford, Mistress Page is come with me, sweetheart. Falstaff, divide me like a bribe buck, each a haunch, I will keep my sides to myself, my shoulders for the fellow of this walk, and my horns I bequeath your husbands. Am I a woodman, ha? Speak I like Herne the hunter? Why, now is Cupid a child of conscience, he makes restitution. As I am a true spirit, welcome, noise within. Mistress Page, alas, what noise? Mistress Ford, heaven forgive our sins. Falstaff, what should this be? Mistress Ford, Mistress Page. Away, away. They run off. Falstaff, I think the devil will not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus. Enter Sir Hugh Evans, disguised as before, pistol, as hobgoblin, mistress quickly, and page, and others, as fairies, with tapers. Mistress quickly, fairies, black, grey, green, and white. You moonshine revelers and shades of night. You orphan heirs of fixed destiny. Attend your office and your quality. Cry hobgoblin, make the farios, pistol, elves, list your names. Silence, you airy toys. Cricket, to Windsor chimneys shalt thou leap, where fires thou find'st unraked and hearths unswept. Thou pinch the maids as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and sluttery. Falstaff, they are fairies, he that speaks to them shall die. I'll wink and couch, no man their works must eye. Lies down upon his face. Sir Hugh Evans, where's Beat? Go you, and where you find a maid, that, ere she sleep, has thrice her prayers said. Raise up the organs of her fantasy. Sleep she as sound as careless infancy. But those asleep and think not on their sins, pinch them, arms, legs, backs, shoulders, sides and shins, mistress quickly, about, search Windsor Castle, elves, within and out. Strew good luck, Alphys, on every sacred room, that it may stand till the perpetual doom. In state as wholesome as in state 'tis fit, worthy the owner, and the owner it. The several chairs of order look you scour, with juice of balm and every precious flower, each fair instalment, coat, and several crest, with laurel blazon, of more be blessed, and nightly, meadow fairies, look you sing, like to the garter's compass, in a ring. The expression that it bears, green let it be, more fertile fresh than all the field to see, and on swacky malwipence right, in emerald tufts, flowers purple, blue and white, let sapphire, pearl and rich embroidery, buckled below fair knighthood's bending knee, fairies use flowers for their chariotry. Away, disperse, but till 'tis 1 o'clock, our dance of custom round about the oak, of Herne the Hunter, let us not forget. Sir Hugh Evans, pray you, lock hand in hand, yourselves in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanterns be, to guide our measure round about the tree. But, stay, I smell a man of Middle Earth, Falstaff, heavens defend me from that Welsh fairy, lest he transform me to a piece of cheese. Pistol, vile worm, thou wast o'erlooked even in thy birth, mistress quickly, with trial fire touch me his finger and, if he be chaste, the flame will back descend, and turn him to no pain, but if he start, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart. Pistol, a trial, come, Sir Hugh Evans, come, will this wood take fire? They burn him with their tapers. Falstaff, oh, mistress quickly, corrupt, and tainted in desire, about him, fairies, sing a scornful rhyme, and, as you trip, still pinch him to your time. Song, fie on sinful fantasy, fie on lust and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire, fed in heart, whose flames aspire, as thoughts do blow them, higher and higher. Pinch him, fairies, mutually, pinch him for his villainy, pinch him, and burn him, and turn him about, till candles and starlight and moonshine be out. During this song they pinch Falstaff. Dr. Keyes comes one way, and steals away a boy in green, Slender another way, and takes off a boy in white, and Fenton comes and steals away a page. A noise of hunting is heard within. All the fairies run away. Falstaff pulls off his buck's head, and rises. Enter Page, Ford, Mistress Page, and Mistress Ford. Page, nay, do not fly, I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn? Mistress Page, I pray you, come, hold up the jest no higher, now. Good Sir John, how like you Windsor wives, see you these, husband? Do not these fair yokes become the forest better than the town? Ford, now, sir, who's a cuckold now? Master Brooke. Falstaff's a knave, a cuckoldly knave, here are his horns, Master Brooke, and, Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing of Ford's but his buck basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Brooke. His horses are arrested for it. Master Brooke, Mistress Ford, Sir John, we have had ill luck, we could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you my dear. Falstaff, I do begin to perceive that I am made an ass. Ford, and an ox too, both the proofs are extant. Falstaff, and these are not fairies? I was 3 or 4 times in the thought they were not fairies, and yet the guiltiness of my mind, the sudden surprise of my powers, drove the grossness of the foppery into a received belief, in despite of the teeth of all rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now, how wit may be made a jack-o'-lent, when 'tis upon ill employment. Sir Hugh Evans, Sir John Falstaff, serve God, and leave your desires, and fairies will not pinch you. Ford, well said, Fairy Hugh, Sir Hugh Evans, and leave your jealousies too, I pray you. Ford, I will never mistrust my wife again till thou art able to woo her in good English. Falstaff. Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it, that it wants matter to prevent so gross a reaching as this? Am I ridden with a Welsh goat too? Shall I have a coxcomb of fries? 'Tis time I were choked with a piece of toasted cheese. Sir Hugh Evans. Cease is not good to give putter, your belly is all putter. Falstaff. Cease and putter. Have I lived to stand it there, taunt of one that makes fritters of English? This is enough to be the decay of lust and late walking through the realm. Mistress Page. Why, Sir John, do you think that we would have their virtue out of our hearts by the head and shoulders, and have given ourselves without scruple to hell, that ever the devil could have made you our delight? Ford. What, a hodge pudding? A bag of flax? Mistress Page. A puffed man? Page. Old, cold, withered and of intolerable entrails. Ford. And one that is as slanderous as Satan. Page. And as poor as Job. Ford. And as wicked as his wife. Sir Hugh Evans. And given to fornications, and to taverns and sack, and wine and metheglins, and to drinkings and swearings and starings, pribbles and prabbles. Falstaff. Well, I am your theme, you have the start of me. I am dejected, I am not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet or me. Use me as you will. Ford. Marry, sir, will bring you to Windsor, to one Master Brooke, that you have cozened of money, to whom you should have been a pander, over and above that you have suffered. I think to repay that money will be a biting affliction. Page. Yet be cheerful, knight, thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife, that now laughs at thee. Tell her, Master Slender hath married her daughter. Mistress Page. Aside. Doctors doubt that, if Anne Page be my daughter, she is, by this, Dr. Key's wife. Enter Slender. Slender. Wo-ho. Ho, Father Page. Page. Son, how now? How now, son? Have you dispatched? Slender. Dispatched. I'll make the best in Gloucestershire. No, own't, would I were hanged, la, else. Page. Of what, son? Slender. I came yonder at Eton to marry Mistress Anne Page, and she's a great lovely boy. If it had not been I the church, I would have swinged him, or he should have swinged me. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, would I might never stir! Antis, a postmaster's boy. Page. Upon my life, then, you took the wrong. Slender. What need you tell me that? I think so, when I took a boy for a girl. If I had been married to him, for all he was in woman's apparel, I would not have had him. Page. Why, this is your own folly. Did not I tell you how you should know my daughter by her garments? Slender. I went to her in white, and cried mum, and she cried budget, as Anne and I had appointed, and yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy. Mistress Page. Good George, be not angry, I knew of your purpose. Turned my daughter into green, and, indeed, she is, now with the doctor at the deanery, and the married, enter Dr. Keyes. Dr. Keyes. Where is Mistress Page? By gar, I am cozened, I ha, married Ungarken, a boy, Unpacen, by gar, a boy. It is not Anne Page, by gar, I am cozened. Mistress Page. Why, did you take her in green? Dr. Keyes. By gar, and 'tis a boy, by gar, I'll raise all Windsor. Exit. Ford. This is strange. Who hath got the right Anne Page? My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. Enter Fenton and Anne Page. How now, Master Fenton? Anne Page. Pardon, good father. Good my mother, pardon. Page. Now, mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender? Mistress Page. Why went you not with Master Doctor, maid? Fenton. You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, where there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offense is wholly that she hath committed, and this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience, or unduteous title, since therein she doth evitate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed hours, which forced marriage would have brought upon her. Ford. stand not amazed, here is no remedy. In love the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate. Falstaff, I am glad, though you have ta'en a special stand to strike at me, that your arrow hath glanced. Page, well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy, what cannot be eschewed must be embraced. Falstaff, when night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased. Mistress Page, well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let us everyone go home, and laugh this sport o'er by a country fire. Sir John and all, Ford, let it be so. Sir John, to Master Brooke you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mistress Ford. Exeunt.